a septim or two?
You're passing through solitude? Maybe you're looking to make some easy gold, yes? It's easy to find things to sell. Things nobody will miss. Things from underground, or just left lying around in someone's house. I bet the two of us were very alike. So why not take the next step? We can help each other. My sister Deja and I are treasure hunters. We like to collect things. With the war, many more ships come through these docks, loaded with weapons and pay, but few people, and they pass through dangerous waters. We have an interest in one of those boats, the Ice Runner. The Solitude Lighthouse will be guiding it in, but if its fire were to go out, the Ice Runner would run aground. What an interesting idea. I think if someone were to do something like that, there would definitely be a certain amount of loot to be shared. Yes, if someone were to put out the lighthouse fire and then meet me on the docks afterwards, I could certainly direct them to that loot. Don't worry about them. We'll make sure they wash up safe. Maybe they'll even pay us for their heroic rescue from their sad crash. It would be best if we spoke little until you've completed your task.
From your trials as well. I'm telling you, Ulfric's planning an attack on Whiterun.
He'd be insane to try.
He doesn't have the men.
That's not what my scouts report, sir. Every day more join his cause. Riften, Dawnstar, and Winterhold support him.
It's not a cause. It's a rebellion.
Call it whatever you like, General. The man's going to try to take Whiterun.
Jarl Balgruuf.
I'm just
Balgruuf refuses the Legion's right to garrison troops in his city. On the other hand, he also refuses to acknowledge Ulfric's claim.
Well, if he wants to stand outside the protection of the Empire, fine. Let Ulfric pillage his city.
General.
You people and your damn Jarls.
Sir, you can't force a Nord to accept help he hasn't asked for.
If Ulfric's making a move for Whiterun, then we need to be there to stop him. Draft another letter with the usual platitudes, but this time share some of your intelligence regarding Ulfric's plans. Embellish if you have to. We'll let it seem like it's his idea.
Yes, sir.
You Nords and your bloody sense of honor.
Sir.
Speak to Legate Ricka. I suspect we could use someone like you.
Sir. I've got a good feeling about you, and I don't often get good feelings about anything. A warrior knows to trust her gut. I'm not going to go through the normal process with you. I've got a little test lined up. Pass that, and we'll talk about you joining the Legion. Is that confidence or bravado? Confidence I can use. Bravado gets soldiers killed. We'll soon find out. I'm sending you to clear out Fort Hrogstad. If you survive, you'll pass. If you die, then I'll have no further use for your corpse. The ancients built many of the fortresses that dot the landscape of Skyrim. Sadly, most have fallen into disrepair, and nearly all have been overrun with bandits or other vagabonds. Fort Hrogstad is one of the few that remains mostly intact. We're going to install a garrison there, but first, you're going to clean out the bandits that have moved in. Oh, not so confident now, are we? Yes, this is a test. I don't think you're regular militia material. I want to see what you're capable of. Good, that's what I want to hear. Now go make it happen, soldier.
I believe the Legate gave you an order. I expect you to follow it. Dismissed.
Look at those big breasts. Two perfect round targets.
Help! Somebody! Help!
You, my girl, have definitely come to the wrong place.
Oh.
Oh, sorry. Those soft little nipples must be pretty sensitive, huh? You're not supposed to be here. Don't hurt me. You win. You're gonna regret this.
Someone there? You can't win this! Well, that's taken care of.
Please, don't hurt my titties again. I beg you. By the gods, I don't even know what to say. Hurry! Thank you. I thought that beast would be the end of me. All right. Are you joking? Just look at them. They're beautiful. It's been brutal. They're certainly a little tender. Oh. Thank you, but, well, I'm still topless. I'll put the spanking strap to good use. Regular clothes won't hold my breasts very well anyway. They're always bouncing. I get pretty sore.
You there. Wait a moment. Misty Sky, you're free to go. Y'all's orders. Lady Eliseth never ordered this. One of the guard captains took her without the Queen's permission. Man's been hitting the skooma. Misty's the third. It's always the same. Cute young girl, bullshit charge. The captain has their tits beaten savagely. By the gods, man. Why? The guard's now under arrest. Now he's going to learn how the Imperial cockknocker does things. You probably deserved it. We'll look the other way this time. But even the Jarl's influence has its limits. Careful, Misty. Sorry. Big fan. There's no greater tits on the face of Tamriel.
Thank you.
Where are you? I heard the gourmet is hiding out somewhere in Skyrim. You know, the fellow who wrote that cookbook. Until next time.
Oh, that hurts so much.
Damn rebel.
Could you help me with something? I lost my sword.
Between the
Just
dragons
outside
and the
of town,
Stormcloaks,
I got my
these are
sword
troubling
stuck between
times
two
indeed.
rocks that look like
Field is
tits.
full of distractions. Ignore
Not
them.
important.
Focus on your tits. I mean your targets. Ulfric Stormcloak, the rightful High King? What a laugh.
I'm sorry, but you left me with no choice. What was that?
That's the best you can do?
You won't get away, dog. Come on, not in the best. Rip you open!
Come on, show me what you've got.
Not impressed.
I don't plan on being killed by the likes of you. All right.
You wanna go?
Prepared to die.
You won't get away.
Not bad.
No. We Nords are strong, but it's fucking cold out here.
Where are you?
Bestie? Oh. Please, take this. As payment, and a symbol of my affection. Oh, shit. I just remembered. I left my sexy supply chest back at the inn. All my filthiest costumes for dancing. You would like those, I promise. I mean the winking skeever back in solitude. I guess I wasn't thinking about my belongings while I fled from Nightmare City towards your prison.
More crime.
If you don't mind, let's get it when you have the time. Thank you.
I've been looking for you. Got something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only. Let's see here. Looks like that's it. Got to go.
Misty, good to see you again, friend. You want to show your boots for me? Of course. I've got it right here.
My father was all the family I ever had. I felt so lost when he died. But the crew of the Red Wave's my family now. Huh, what's this? Oh, take a look at this crazy bounty letter. I've seen some truly wondrous sights since I took to the seas. I had no idea a man could die in so many ways.
I once captained a ship called the Argent Raptor. She struck an iceberg and went down just north of Windhelm.
Just yesterday, I saw a musician in the street playing a flute. It was beautiful. I want that flute.
My shipmates scoff at my love of finery, but I know envy when I hear it.
The smell.
But I don't think I'll ever be as good as he is.
I wish
Rather
only
interesting, don't you think?
roll with the Legion.
Well,
My drums
for that
lead our
price,
troops to
okay, sure. But I usually do the opposite.
Is there anything
Staying
else
out
you
of
need?
this.
Is
What was that?
is someone there?
Ha! Found you!
Rah! I have forgotten what fine sport you mortals can play.
You'll die this day, dragon.
Here's what you want.
Come on, let's see you put up a fight.
Hiding will not save you.
Now, this ends now.
You won't get away.
Us! Brother! Us! Brother!
Slay the dragon!
Hiding will not save you.
You'll die this day, dragon.
Come on, let's see you put up a fight.
You're outmatched.
You are brave, Alan Hoko. Your defeat brings me honor.
You won't get away.
Die, dragon!
Something to tell the grandkids, eh? This should be worth a fight. Ulfric Stormcloak, the rightful High King? What a laugh. It's like the ancient legends. Dragonborn.
Anything you like.
What?
I'll be happy to
That's
assist
all right.
you if you'd like to
I
purchase
think you'll
something.
probably miss my big tips, though. Return to me if you change your mind.
Where are... Oh, such colors. Generally, if you want rumors, you should talk to Corpulus. That said, I did see a visitor pass through on his way to the Blue Palace. Oh, no. But being surrounded by good music, good drink, and good friends is all I've ever asked for. Come by the Winking Skeever anytime you want to hear a tune.
Bryling's obsession with honor and tradition is quaint, but politically irrelevant. Oh, most certainly. At least when Elisif herself asks. If you're inquiring whether we have concerns about her age and inexperience, let me put it this way. The Thanes have every confidence in General Tullius's leadership. I'm a Thane. In the future, you may want to gain that information before talking with someone. Risk of looking like an idiot and all that. I must return to the court. They simply can't make do without me.
I'm sorry, can I help you? The museum is currently closed until further notice.
Oh yes, my advertisement. I am looking still, but I do hope you are better than the others I have hired as of late. I have a list of items that I would very much like to have for the museum. If you can recover them, I'll pay you handsomely for them. If you manage to bring them all back here, we could even discuss some other plans I have in mind. Excellent. Well, first and foremost, I'd like to get my hands on one of the 6th House Bellhammers of the House of Dagoth. They have become increasingly rare. One apparently was stolen recently by some bandits, apparently held up in Broken Helm Hollow.
Another item was stolen from a local collector by the Silent Moon Bandits. The item is known as Denstagner's Ring. It's likely still in the hideout west of Whiterun, if they haven't fenced it yet, that is. And lastly, a small shipment of Archiveri relics is on its way across Skyrim, bound for Markarth. Amongst the items were some jade carvings. The caravan, however, was attacked by Forsworn, and it's likely they may be in possession of some of the relics. Find what you can, and I'll pay you well for it.
Where are you?
If you've come to file another complaint, I won't deign to hear it. If my presence is that much of an issue, tell it to the steward. Everyone whines and moans about how loosely I flap my tongue, as if Thane Erikur's eccentric love life were not a matter of public knowledge. And for the last time, I am not a Thalmor agent here to destabilize the court. You're thinking of my terribly unfashionable twin sister, Mithriel. My name, on the other hand, is Nithriel, and I am both an attendant of the court and someone worthy of your confidence. Well, let's just say Thane Erikur prefers to do his shopping in the dungeon rather than the marketplace. On some days, he'll even emerge with a sack that rattles so violently it betrays its contents as he walks. Although I think, and you didn't hear this from me, that Ericure isn't the one doling out the punishment. He strikes me as someone who likes to be bent over a chair with a gag in his mouth. His sister, on the other hand, is another story. No, I wasn't implying they perform these acts together. Although now that I think about it, how salacious. You, stranger, have a good eye. I wonder, is that from experience? When it comes to deviance, they do say it takes one to know one. What manner of skeleton do you keep in your closet? I promise it will be our little secret. Well, that wouldn't be such a terrible thing, would it? It would, at the very minimum, remove certain unwanted solicitors from contention. Unless your proclivities are so queer you'd rather not have them advertised. Now I am intrigued. Indeed, they asked me what I saw, and I told them what I heard. Ulfric Stormcloak shouting King Torygg to pieces! And I do mean that literally. From what I understand, there were chunks of the High King all over the walls of the throne. General Tullius, meanwhile, was screaming at Aldis for letting Ulfric escape. Naturally, Aldis made Rogvir a scapegoat for his own ineptitude. Which is laughable. Rogvir couldn't even find his own bottom, let alone an escape route past the castle guard. According to my sources, the only person to leave the castle was an Argonian male who took the carriage by the stables later that night. Alone, this would mean little. But consider this. When Ulfric shouted Torygg to death, some claim his skin burst open to reveal a pattern of scales. Not the scales of an Argonian, but that of a dragon. Didn't he? If my voice paralyzes you, and I use that opportunity to cut you into bites of flesh, is that not the same thing? Besides, if the townsfolk aren't capable of deciphering a simple metaphor, then that is no one's fault but their own. Well, yes. You came to the right elf. I know everything about everyone. In fact, you're quite the popular topic these days. So, before I share, I need to know if all the rumors regarding you and that Hagraven are true. After all, I would never spread such lies without first confronting the person in question. Oh, of course. No one would ever willingly murder Hagraven. I swear on the Divines, I will make sure these rumors are set straight. And that business with the feathers. All lies, I'm sure. Gladly. I won't reveal my sources, but from what I hear, a certain publisher has been struggling to stay afloat. In a last-ditch effort, they've sent their minions all over Skyrim in search of the next great writer. One of these critics has limited his search to the winking skeever. Oh, but that's not the scandalous part. For it's not the drinking, but the fact that our critic bears a striking resemblance to one Minette Vinius. A bold person might accuse this critic of bearing an illegitimate child, especially given how gregarious she is compared to her so-called father. Of course, I would never levy such an accusation without proof. My. It seems the rumors about your temper are true. Don't worry, I'll do my best to keep it a secret. As for a description, it's unnecessary. The man always sits in the same seat, the stool on the right at the bar. They say it offers him a good view of the child. You take it, and he'll come to you.
Where are you?
Oh, hello. Just tidying up. Are you my gallant hero? Have you come to whisk me away to a life of adventure and romance? Someday a gallant hero will ride up and take me away. Someday.
Sebille Stentor has a grasp of magical theory that I would never have expected from a human, even a Breton. No doubt most folk in Skyrim consider the dragons terrifying. I find them wondrous. I make sure Erica keeps breathing. No, that honor is Sebille Stentor's. A smart man steers clear of Stentor, and keeps himself out of the dungeon when she's having a bad day. Let's just say that the headsman's axe may not be the worst way for a Solitude jail prisoner to die. Look at that. I've told you to watch your tongue, and mine is waggling. I've said enough. You are free to leave.
Where are you?
Dean Inga says a bard can never have enough practice. So, would you like a tune? Thank you. I'm still at the beginning of my lessons, but Inga, Dean Six Fingers, says I'm quite good with the flute. Thanks for taking the time. People never want to talk to me.
Good day. Fine day, isn't it? Life's not so bad. I'm independently wealthy, though I don't wear it. So it's nice to just be able to wander about and take in the sights of solitude.
Need something?
Being old's not so bad. Daughter keeps me fed, and my working days are done.
Yes, sir.
If you need a good rumor or two, I think I can oblige. Welcome to the Winking Skeever, friend. Here, take a look at this. Well, as it turns out, I had a pet skeever when I was a boy, and he used to wink. They were smaller back then.
You want a
the
drink?
winking skeever next time your foot's sore.
I told Corpulus, I like that stool the best. Has the
All
best
right,
view of all the mates that stroll through here. I'd arm wrestle you for it, but something tells me that would leave me sore, tired, and possibly bedridden. What good would that stool do me then?
Traitors, civil wars,
The
dragons.
name's Flint, by the way.
Those troubles
Author,
don't cross my
publisher,
doorway,
and
so sit,
admirer of
relax.
the female form. I'm sorry, lad, but I haven't the slightest idea what you're talking about. I'm actually sterile, believe it or not. One of the great gifts the Bella granted me, and there's not a day I don't thank her for it. You might have. I've written countless epics, poems, and tales of heroism. Still, I'm best known for a terrible piece of tripe I wrote about 7 years ago, called The Duke of Beards. It was a book about a legendary barber, and bloody awful, which is saying something for a work of non-fiction. In fact, I once set out to burn every copy in Skyrim, but the thing took on a life of its own. Turns out that piece of rubbish was the best thing that ever happened to me. Love. They say one man's trash is another man's treasure, but for me, they were one and the same. Let's see. Now, if I'm being perfectly honest, I would say this is apprentice level work. But that being said, you've got talent. Of course. I'm assuming this manuscript is yours. Of course. I can't tell you how many writers hand me manuscripts on behalf of their friends in hopes of getting an honest critique. But regardless of his identity, one thing that's certain is that your friend lacks conviction. I can see it as plain as day on the page. I didn't say that. Although your friend may not like what I'm about to say, with a little polish we can turn this into a seller. It may not give him the acclaim he seeks, but it will put food on the table. The problem with young artists is that they're a bit too attached to their integrity. He may not go for it. On the other hand, better to be a mediocre artist than a starving one, and it'll give him the leverage to write something of substance. Well, for starters, we need to dumb it down a bit. A few cosmetic changes here and there ought to do it. We also need to make these paragraphs cleaner. They lack direction. It's something that can be fixed easily enough. Lastly, the main character's name. I can tell our friend hasn't spent much time around orcs. I think Bogach is a female name. Right. Jaspar's work. Well, I suppose if you don't mind, other orcs won't either. Bogach it is. All that's left now is to give my suggestions to your friend. If the final copy passes muster, I'd be more than happy to have it published. Just got off the ship, as it were, fresh as a flounder. I came here to pen my next great novel, and while I'm here, keep an eye out for talent. Of course, talent comes in many forms, and they never specified what kind. Why, just the other day, I had a delightful conversation with a high elf named Nitriel. I think she fancies writers. Is that so? Well, whatever she says, it can't be much worse than the truth. Would you believe me if I said I hadn't decided? Inspiration is funny that way. There's so many stories to tell just in solitude alone. You hear about pirate tales, shadowy dealings, and news of war. I even heard a tale about a horker so large it wrecked a ship somewhere on the North Shore. But just because you have a story doesn't mean I'm the right voice to tell it. When it comes, I'll know. Safe travels.
Oh. You looking well?
Thoring runs the inn. Speak to him.
Yes? Huh?
What's on your greetings? By Debella. You mean someone wants to publish my book? Wait. What do you mean by changes? I know. It's something I've been wrestling with ever since I realized Donato lied to me. After you left, I dug up some old drafts on that novel, hoping to find some vindication. What I found was a stranger. I don't recognize the person that wrote those words. The inspiration was there, but not the voice to shape its thoughts. Yet now, I feel confident I can make it heard. I can tell the story of this orc the way it was meant to be written. If you'll give me a few days to rewrite it, I'll have something for you. Unless there was something else you wanted to add. Alright. I'll do my best to reward your faith. Farewell.
Where?
Make it quick. All right, then.
Oh, hello. Good to see you. Thanks a lot. I'd better get going.
Where are you?
Yes? Good. Just a few more days to work out the pacing.
If you need me, I'm with you. Oh, it's you again. Thank you for earlier. I'd appreciate if you kept some of the more embarrassing details to yourself. Safe travels.
Root Bra.